Once upon a time, in a quaint village, there lived a father who had 2 sons. The elder son, named Lucas, was sharp-witted and capable, able to tackle any challenge that came his way. His younger brother, Ethan, was sweet but somewhat simple-minded and often struggled to understand things around him. Despite their differences, the father loved them both dearly. Setting the scene. The family worked on a small farm, and every day was filled with tasks. When their father needed help, Lucas was always quick to lend a hand. Whether it was tending to the animals or harvesting crops, Lucas was there, eager to assist. Ethan, on the other hand, often found himself distracted or daydreaming, leaving the hard work to his older brother. The fearful night. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, their father asked Lucas to go into the woods to gather some firewood. Lucas felt a bit uneasy about going alone, especially as night approached. He said, "Father, the woods can be a bit scary when it gets dark. I don't want to go alone." Their father reassured him, "You're brave, Lucas. Just be cautious, and you'll be fine." Reluctantly, Lucas agreed. But when the father turned to Ethan and asked him to keep an eye on Lucas, Ethan's face paled. "Oh no, father. I'm afraid. I can't go into the woods at night. It makes me shudder." His voice trembled with fear. The story of shadows. That night, as Lucas ventured into the woods, he couldn't shake off the feeling of dread. The trees loomed overhead like giants, their branches swaying ominously in the breeze. He remembered how, just the day before, their father had told stories of the shadows in the woods, how they danced and whispered secrets. As he gathered firewood, Lucas felt the shadows closing in. He recalled Ethan's frightened face and how, in moments of fear, Ethan would say, "Oh, it makes me shudder." That phrase echoed in his mind, adding to his unease. The unexpected encounter. Suddenly, Lucas heard a rustling sound nearby. His heart raced. "It's just a squirrel," he whispered to himself, trying to calm his nerves. But the rustling grew louder, and out of the darkness emerged a large, shadowy figure. Lucas squinted, and to his astonishment, it was a friendly deer. It seemed just as surprised to see him. "Oh, you scared me!" Lucas exclaimed, laughing at his own fear. The deer, sensing his friendliness, approached him cautiously. A lesson in courage. As Lucas continued to gather firewood, he realized that the shadows were not as terrifying as he had imagined. The sounds of the night were simply part of nature, the chirping of crickets and the rustling of leaves. He started to enjoy the experience, feeling proud of himself for facing his fears. When he returned home, Lucas shared his adventure with his father and Ethan. The woods weren't scary at all. "I even met a deer," he said with excitement. Ethan listened wide-eyed, and for the first time he felt a spark of courage. "Maybe I can go with you next time, Lucas. I'll try not to shudder." The bond of brotherhood. From that day on, Lucas made it a point to encourage Ethan to join him in tasks, whether in the fields or exploring the woods. Together, they faced their fears and discovered new things, learning that with each other's support, they could overcome anything. Their father watched them with pride, realizing that while Lucas was the brave one, Ethan had his own strengths. The brothers grew closer, understanding that they complemented each other perfectly. Conclusion. In time, Ethan became more confident, often surprising Lucas with his newfound bravery. They laughed and played together, their bond as brothers growing stronger each day. Their father often reminded them, "Courage doesn't mean you're not afraid. It means you face your fears together." And together, they learned that life's challenges were much easier to face with family by your side. And so, the two brothers lived happily, filled with adventures and the warmth of brotherhood, knowing they could always count on each other, no matter how scary the world might seem. Themes: courage, learning to face fears, even when they seem daunting. Brotherhood, the bond between siblings and supporting each other. Growth, how experiences shape us and help us grow.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope you found this The Boy How Knew No Fear helpful and insightful. If you enjoyed this, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more updates. And as always, if you have any questions or feedback, feel free to leave a comment below.